let's talk about Ager's Scepter because this thing is amazing. It's a trace rifle in the kinetic slot that does stasis damage, stasis final blows reload the weapon, and when you kill something, there's an area of effect stasis slow. Multi-kills will freeze additional enemies caught in the effect. Pretty simple stuff. The quest to get it isn't really that long or that hard, might seem a little tedious, but go out and get it. You'll enjoy it a lot. First and foremost, this thing is a monster at just deleting trash mobs of enemies. Anything that doesn't have a shield, or even if match game isn't on, this thing is going to delete them. It's a special weapon, so it does pretty decent damage. Nothing spectacular, but not bad either. The footage you're seeing is me doing the 1350 Master Lost Sector the other day, and as you can see, it's great at clearing mobs, but especially when you get a certain damage perk working, it's not actually that bad at dealing boss damage either. We'll talk about that damage perk a little later, but even with a not so desirable loadout, necessarily not the most optimal thing, I still finished it in a little under 15 minutes, so I'd say it's still pretty good. Oh yeah, and did I mention that it stacks? Nope, that's the wrong word. Triggers some of your stasis aspects. The Diamond Lance on Titan, the Ice Flare bolts on Warlock, and the Grim Harvest on Hunter all can be triggered by getting stasis final blows with this weapon. It's not that hard, and honestly, it plays really well into the feeling of this gun and the feeling of stasis in general. Definitely makes you feel pretty powerful, you know, that whole power fantasy of Destiny that you want to get going. And just being able to delete regular enemies with relative ease and just channel it into ability after ability is really fun, not gonna lie. And that's part of the reason I like this weapon so much. Another thing you can do with this weapon, if you really want to, is if you have the seasonal mod of Focusing Lens, you can play as a light subclass, for instance, in this case, a gunslinger with Celestial Nighthawk. If you kill a few weak enemies near the boss, it will trigger the stasis effect on the boss, triggering Focusing Lens when you shoot them in the face with Celestial, and just doing way more damage than it has any right to do. So how does this work in in-game content? Like raids, is it good? Well, great question. Thank you for asking. So I took this into VOG the other day just to mess around and try it out. And my general impression is that it's very good in any raid encounter that requires lots of ad clear. The first and second encounters in VOG, it's not really the greatest because there are ads, but it's not like a ton of them or anything like that. So every now and then you get a kill, but like it's way fewer ads than your team has any right to struggle dealing with. The only thing that's really a big deal is the space chickens and the champions. During the Oracle's encounter, on the other hand, this thing is amazing, especially if you want to play in the mid and kind of camp the spawns of all the enemies. You have so much control over how fast they come up the stairs, how well they spawn,
I got one.
and just really how fast you can delete them with all the shatter damage. One of the things that you might have seen in a lot of the clips I've been using in this video is that I'm playing Warlock a lot, and that's because Warlocks have the Mantle of Battle Harmony. And if you combine the Mantle of Battle Harmony with Ager's Scepter, you do way more damage than you have any right to do with a linear or a trace rifle, not a linear fusion. A trace rifle. Oh, and not only that, but you can get your ultimate in basically a minute, even when you mess up.
I got one.
I'm just going to let this next clip play out a little bit. The whole idea is that I use my ultimate, I'm chilling in the middle, and let's see how fast I get my ultimate back. It's
I got three.
a little over a minute, and most of that's because we messed up and we had to cleanse in the middle of the oracles, you know, fun stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, even with just a few kills like that, you can see how well the Mantle of Battle Harmony
No point, we need to wait.
stacks your super energy very, very fast. Yes, keep in mind, you have to play a Stasis Warlock if you're going to stack these effects. But I don't think anybody really cares about that because Stasis Warlock is very strong, especially when it comes to crowd control and, in general, just dealing damage.
Alright. I got 4.
2, 5, 6.
I just zoomed in a little on this next clip so you could see how ridiculously fast you gain your super on multi-kills with Mantle of Battle Harmony. Half the super in a matter of seconds. It's also not really that bad on the Gatekeeper's encounter either, considering most of Gatekeeper's is just stay in a spot and farm enemies for most of the time. The stasis makes it very easy to control the flow of those enemies. You can even freeze the wyverns. And if you're running Mantle Battle Harmony, if you have your super and you get a stasis kill, you get absorption cells, which makes your stasis weapon do more damage, which means you're deleting stuff out the wazoo. But how does it work in PvP? Thank you for asking that question. I only have 2 clips of me using this thing in PvP. I was just playing some private matches with friends the other night before we did a raid. Honestly, in the hands of somebody who has better tracking than I do, it's probably a monster, especially with the slow effects that happen from kills. And it's probably, if you get a flank right, it's probably really easy to get, especially in control, multiple freezes and shatter kills, which is all good and stuff, but I only got 2, so here are the 2 clips I have. I don't think it's anything special in PvP, but it's not bad. It's just going to get destroyed by things that are way more meta right now, like the Messenger that everybody has thanks to Trial's new system of getting loot really easily, or a main ingredient fusion rifle that Xur sold over the weekend because for some reason that just one bangs you from across the map. It's a little crazy, but, you know, that's what Destiny's all about. Just to end this video, I think Ager Scepter is an awesome addition to the game. It's one of those exotics that's strong, but it's not ridiculously overpowered. It synergizes well with subclasses and other armor exotics, and it just gives you a sense of being strong and powerful like Destiny is supposed to. So 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend. Oh, and the best part is that the catalyst for it apparently drops tomorrow, so it's this good before it even gets a catalyst buff. So after the catalyst comes out, this thing is going to be a little crazy. And you know what? I'm here for it. Thank you for watching. I'm planning on doing more kind of short videos like this just to have fun and keep my channel going. So if you like what you heard, maybe leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Anything helps. And until next time, toodaloo.